Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Saban. So I want to welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show. We cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things. And we see them. And today we got a hell of a show for you guys. Before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Let me get into this topic here. As you guys know, there's this conversation that's taking place within the NBA community, which is focused on the search. Which is centered on the search for the Lakers' new head coach. And one of the head coaching candidates that we're now hearing his name come up a lot more often is JJ Redick. Certain people out there believe that the Lakers are seriously considering JJ Redick as a potential hire for their basketball team. So that's the one thing. And with the JJ Redick connection, there's a LeBron connection because they have a podcast together and all of that. And they're always talking X's and O's. So people are beginning to speculate, does LeBron have anything to do with JJ Redick being considered for the head coaching position? Now, one person recently basically came out there and said that, no, I know it sounds unbelievable. I know that they have a show together. I know that they talk about X's and O's all day. But I want you guys to know that there's no chance that LeBron would have anything to do with this. I just think it's not plausible. And who am I referring to? I'm referring to Brian Windhorst, who made it a guest appearance today on Get Up, who basically went on there to basically explain why he believes that LeBron has no involvement in the Lakers' next head coach, especially in this case, that person being JJ Redick. So for those of you who didn't hear what Brian Windhorst had to say, I want to play what he has to say for you guys now. I'm going to come back and react to his comments. Take a listen to what Brian Windhorst had to say there.
Lakers are active this week in interviewing head coaching candidates. JJ Redick definitely on that list. A lot of interest in the Lakers and him. He is not alone, though. James Borrego interviewed earlier this week with the Lakers. He is a veteran coach who has a lot of potential. I don't think he should be disregarded, especially because of his long-standing relationship with Anthony Davis. Also, Sam Cassell is in there. But I think Borrego and JJ Redick both are very interesting candidates for the Lakers.
It's such a fascinating dynamic in so many different ways. And Wendy, again, I'll remind everyone who does not know, you've been covering LeBron literally since he was younger than Bronny is now. And the dynamic is, here we have one of the handful of greatest players of all time talking about the drafting of his son, potentially by his team, and having the conversation with someone who could be the coach of that team at this point next year. I've been around a long time. I've never seen that happen before. So, Wendy, fill us in. What should we be thinking about all this?
I agree, Greeny. It is very unusual. It is unprecedented. It is awkward. All I can tell you is this. I know that this is hard to believe, but I promise you, I swear, LeBron does not want to be involved in the coaching search. And that is not just because of JJ Redick. He didn't want to be involved in the coaching search in 2005 when they hired Mike Brown. He didn't want to be involved in the coaching search when the Lakers hired Frank Vogel. He just doesn't want it. Does he make his feelings known on a day in and day out basis and the Lakers observe that and make their decisions? Yes. But I'm telling you, it's not as simple as just they call LeBron and say, who should we hire? I know people believe that. He obviously influences it. He couldn't try to be distancing himself more from this JJ Redick decision. Obviously, they have a relationship. It'd be foolish to say that they don't have a relationship. Obviously, the Lakers have listened and watched this podcast and are watching them interact with each other and see the connection. But I know that it's hard to believe, but I'm telling you, it's not something LeBron wants a part of. He does not want to have this coach on his shoulders. This is their Lakers decision, and he will watch and see what happens like everybody else.
So you heard what Brian Windhorst had to say. Now here's what's interesting. Just yesterday, on Undisputed, they were discussing this very issue. And who was on the panel? Paul Pierce, Keyshawn Johnson, and Skip Bayless. And during their conversation, they were basically asking, do you believe that LeBron has no role in the Lakers' next head coaching decision? Keyshawn starts off by saying, I don't believe so. I think all LeBron will probably do is give him a name, take a look at this guy, and then step away from the selection process. But then it came to Skip Bayless and Paul Pierce, and they were like, no, I think that's crazy. I think after we just witnessed how the things ended with Darvin Ham and LeBron is at the tail end of his career, I find it highly unlikely that LeBron is not going to have any role whatsoever in the coach that's going to be coaching him for the remainder of his career. And they were like, no, I disagree. And Paul Pierce in particular basically shot down that idea. But before we even get into what Paul Pierce had to say, this video is brought to you by our sponsor, Game Time, who's the official sponsor of today's show. Game Time Tickets is an authorized ticket marketplace of the NBA, which makes getting playoff tickets faster and easier than ever. For example, I am super excited about the games between the Dallas Mavericks and the Minnesota Timberwolves this week. With Game Time Tickets, I can easily pick the best tickets for me. I love that I can choose between different deals. I have the option to select the cheaper deal, the best option deal, or my favorite, the flash deal. The flash deal gives me the option to find discounts that I can only find on Game Time. Once I select the ticket I want, I can view my seat. And it's not just restricted to the NBA. I can also look for the best ticket deals for other sports like football, baseball, or concerts, or comedy or theater shows. Included in my purchase, I also have a 24-hour return guarantee, a lowest price guarantee, event cancellation protection. So take the guesswork out of buying NBA tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. Again, create an account and redeem code CLNS for $20 off. And remember, whenever you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So what we want to do is now I want to play exactly what Paul Pierce had to say on Undisputed about this story, and I'm going to come back and react to his comments. Take a listen to that there.
Yeah, I mean, I think this goes along the lines of what Reggie Miller said during the game, just being held accountable. You know, when you put that out there that you don't
about LeBron.
About LeBron.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't actually say LeBron's name.
But, well, I mean, I think a lot of it pointed toward LeBron.
We're not dumb.
When you say he's not involved with it, I don't believe that to be true because, you know, you still have a short window with him, and he's one of the most influential players of this generation. Of course he's going to have some type of involvement in all of this. You know, when you're talking about a guy he's going to be in the timeouts with, a guy he's going to be on the bus locker room and plane rides with, you want some input. Because as strong of a personality as he is, you don't want to have the wrong guy in that chair in front of him in those timeouts. So, of course, and then like you said, Key, when those names like J.J. Redick come up, of course that has something to do with LeBron. I mean, they have a podcast together. They've been known to talk hoops. And so, but I do believe that the Lakers are going to have to make a decision because LeBron's not going to be there long. And this will be the fourth coach in 7 years. So you have to think like this, man. We can't just keep hiring coaches. This has to be a coach that's say, we're going to have here beyond LeBron's time.
Yep.
And so it's going to have some influence from LeBron, but this has to be a business decision also because maybe in 2 years LeBron won't be here. We can't keep firing coaches. We can't keep paying guys time off to go to Cancun and make money. And so, but I do think Anthony Davis will have some say in this also.
Agreed.
And so
you heard what Paul Pierce and these guys had to say. What are my thoughts? Do I think LeBron has no role in this coaching decision? No, I don't believe that. I believe he does for a few reasons. One, because of how the relationship ended with him and Darvin Ham. You can clearly see that LeBron and these guys were not happy with Darvin Ham, right? And when your star players, your key players are not satisfied with a particular coach, it's going to affect the way things materialize on the court. That's number one. Number two, the second reason I don't believe that he has no involvement in it is because there have been multiple reports of them saying that Jeannie Buss and the Lakers want to do every single thing to make LeBron James happy. And that includes also drafting his son. They will do it as well. So if the Lakers would potentially consider drafting Bronny, who a lot of people are not high on, to make LeBron happy, why wouldn't they go out there and listen to who he wants as a head coach? Now, some people have said, well, you know, after the Russell Westbrook thing didn't work out and this and this and this, the relationship kind of soured. I think there's some truth to that to the extent that the Lakers are not handing over their franchise anymore to them and saying, Klutch Sports and these guys, I'm like, okay, you make the decisions for it. They're like, okay, wait a minute. We gave you full reins. You made a decision, but help us getting Anthony Davis here. That was a good one. You made another one we're not so sure about. Let's let's do this. Let's kind of exchange ideas back and forth here, and let's kind of go through this thing together. I'm not just going to give you full autonomy to just whatever suggestion you make, we go ahead and do that. I don't believe that. It doesn't make any sense. Unless you're telling me that LeBron really doesn't care of what the outcome is going to be in terms of his team. So then why is he still playing? Which then goes back to the other point, which is, well, he still wants to play with Bronny. Then if he still wants to play with Bronny, why isn't LeBron looking to go play with another team? And if he still wants to play with the Lakers, then that means that the Lakers most likely want to bring Bronny to play with him, which is to appease him. So to me, listen, do I think LeBron is 100% pushing this? No, but to say that he has no involvement, I think that's just a crock of you know what. These are just my thoughts. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section, and we catch you guys on the next show. Peace.